Hey everybody, welcome to episode 4 of the Geek Perspective. On today's show, we are discussing Comic Cons as usual. Tom's got some updates. My boy Derek's doing Radiant. We have a big giveaway coming up, so stay tuned for that. And I am discussing the Umbrella Academy. But first, we're going to discuss some news. You excited, Derek?
Always excited for news.
Well, I'm really excited for this. Captain Marvel. Tom, Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen it yet?
No, I have not.
Tuesday.
It was the second highest Thursday opening in history of March. Guess what movie it beat? No one knows? The sucky Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice.
Ugh.
I hated that movie.
It was terrible.
Derek loved it, I think.
My mom's name's Martha. Let's be friends.
No, that was a horrible movie.
Oh, it was so bad.
The fact they mentioned Captain Marvel with this movie made me want to puke. But one movie in the DC universe that I wonder if it could match is Wonder Woman. That was I haven't seen it, and I've been dying to see it, and I will see Wonder Woman. But
I feel like that's one of the best ones DC's had in a while.
until Aquaman, that was definitely probably the best DC movie, I think. I mean, yeah, DC movie.
I think those are the top two for DC definitely in the last, 20 years.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Go ahead, Tom.
No, I was saying I agree. I agree too, guys. I totally agree with you.
I think if Captain Marvel can achieve Wonder Woman status, that would be good. But it's saying that it's doing incredibly well. And it's actually the first cinematic film of a female lead, which is pretty awesome. So finally, you have a woman lead for the Captain Marvel series. I personally never read the comic books. Never a big Captain Marvel fan, but I am looking forward to this movie. Do you guys think it could break records of Black Panther, though? Anybody?
I don't know. I mean, because obviously this one is another prequel, like kind of like the first Captain America timeline-ish.
Right.
See, I feel like it could, but it's got a long way to go. Like, Black Panther was such a cultural phenomenon, and it was so well liked, well received, and just well put. Like,
I feel like even just like the overall story itself was amazing.
yes.
It just seemed everything about Black Panther, like when it came out, it just exploded.
Yeah.
Like it literally exploded. Now, I haven't heard the explosion of Captain Marvel as it did Black Panther, but I think it's going to do really well. It just seems like it's going to do really well. And I think having a woman lead in this day and
want to
age.
say though, because I think you've been doing like a Rotten Tomatoes approving on it, and the last article that I saw, it said like it was an 81% from the critics, but only a 33% from the fans. So how much of that is trolling? How much of it because people don't like Brie Larson?
Well, we know what Tom thinks about that, right, Tom?
Yeah, well, I know. Like you just said, like a lot of people really don't like this Brie Larson, and I did not know this until I started hearing people talk about this movie. And I know, so I do think a big percentage of that is people trolling because they don't like Brie Larson, because she apparently put her foot in her mouth a little bit. I guess making a comment about the audience that she wants to watch the movie, and it was. She was trying to be inclusive and, empowering women, but in doing so, she sounded like she was not including a bunch of groups, like didn't want males and people from different ethnicities to see. It wasn't her point, but that's what it came across as. So I think that's a big, I think that might be another factor in that 33 or whatever it is on Rotten Tomatoes.
Do you think that people were just being pissy. Because I remember this is not to change the subject, but when Battlefield 5 was coming out, the video game for PlayStation and Xbox, they had a woman on the cover, and the male dominant gamer was complaining, saying a woman shouldn't be on the cover of the game, shouldn't be in the game, but they were basically morons because they were women and were in the war. So again, I mean, that's another whole other discussion. But could it have been that people just weren't knowledgeable? I guess I'm trying to get to about that. What do you think about that, Tom?
Yeah, I think that I definitely think that could play into it too. I mean,
I didn't hear what she said. I had no idea what she said.
I don't know the exact quote. That's why I didn't say it, because I don't want to misquote her. It was some guys at work, the guys that tune in to us and are comic geeks like us and stuff were telling me about it, that she made some comment, and I'll look it up as the show goes on.
Right.
But yeah, it was like she only wanted women or something. It didn't sound too good, whatever it was. I'll get the exact quote and then we can talk about it later or something. So,
but either way, it's going to be a great movie. I've heard of Brie Larson. I couldn't tell you what she was in. I have no idea. But God love her. She's in for. I don't know if she's doing what she's getting into, being a Marvel Universe character. We'll have to see how she handles it, because boy, she's in for a bumpy ride. She's already making comments that puts her foot in her mouth. And
well, not even that it's Marvel. If you do anything like big pop culture,
right,
that magnifying glass gets bigger.
Yes, and sometimes the celebrity's not ready for that. But we'll have to see what happens with that. Well, we'll keep you guys up to date on this subject.
okay, I got it. I got the quote.
Oh, here we go, guys. Got the quote live from Tom. Anytime you're ready, Tom.
Never mind. Sorry.
Well, a little drama there. Tom's not quite ready.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move on while Tom's looking this up. And I found something interesting that I'm excited about. The Conjuring 3 begins filming this summer, and Derek, who hates horror movies, will not see this, I'm sure.
I've seen all of them.
What? You tell me you hate horror movies. I hate you.
I like the supernatural ones.
Yeah, okay. And this is interesting because I am actually a paranormal investigator, and I actually do investigating, obviously, as an investigator. And this is like its own universe now with all the movies with Annabelle and such. And it's cool seeing these type of movies because I'm so looking forward to this. And Lorraine Warren, I'm going to be in it again. Yeah, but it's going to focus on a murder trial. That's what we're hearing. It's based on a true story where demonic possession is used as a legal defense. And I don't know if anyone's heard of this, but it focuses on the trial of, I think it's Arnie Cheyenne Johnson. And I guess the trial has been called the Devil Made Me Do It case. So that's going to be interesting because I don't remember hearing about this case. I could be wrong, but I'm looking forward to this movie and talking more about it as it is closer to release. We will definitely be discussing this more often. So I'm looking forward to that. The fact that you actually watched a horror movie shocks the hell out of me. Well, it's more of a thriller. It's not really a horror movie.
Well, I watched like the Ghost Supernatural ones. So like I watched all of the Conjuring ones so far.
Yeah.
And the Annabelle.
You saw Annabelle?
Yep.
Holy Jesus. I can't believe you actually watched something.
Roy's getting more impressed with my horror resume as the hour goes.
This is unbelievable. I didn't know anything about this. The more you learn. All right, guys. Another thing here, the Owlverse. All the season finales are out for when the end dates are. So if you guys want to know when your favorite show is ending, I'm going to tell you right now. Arrow season 7 finale is Monday, May 13th at 9 p.m. The Flash season 5 finale is Tuesday, May 14th at 8 p.m. Your favorite Supergirl Season 4, keep that season 4 already, Jesus Christ, is Sunday, May 19th at 8 p.m. in the Legends of Tomorrow. Season 4, another show I cannot believe is already on season 4, is May 20th, but didn't have a time listed, which is kind of weird. In case you were wondering, there is no Black Lightning listed, and that's because it's not part of the Arrowverse. You shocked?
Not really.
I was reading that they were saying it's a possibility that Black Lightning could be added at some point, but just wasn't likely as of now. They want to keep it separate for some reason. I don't
But
understand it.
it's just weird because they're using the same terminology as all the other
Right.
shows.
Right. I don't understand why it's not part of the universe. I don't know.
It looks like for whenever they want to give us the premiere for Batgirl, that looks like it will be in the Arrowverse.
Right.
Since they did have the crossover.
Right.
That's
It's just
right.
weird that they're not putting Black Lightning. I'd like to know more about like why they're not doing that. That's kind of strange to me.
I just want to know why none of these shows just do Batman.
Because they probably don't own the
We
rights.
had Smallville, we got Supergirl.
They probably don't own the rights. That's what I'm thinking. Somebody weirdly like Tom owns the rights and won't release it.
Jerk.
And one last bit of news: Arrow is ending after the next season. I'm shocked by this. And it's not because the show's doing horribly. It's not because the show's doing bad. It's because the star, Mr. Amell, said in an interview that he has kids now. He's married, wants to spend more time with his family. That his priorities have changed, which I understand. I can get that. He wants to do something different. Can't blame him for that.
No.
He did a great job with the character.
He did a great job. And if it wasn't for Arrow, there would be no Arrowverse. There'd be no Flash. There'd be no Legends of Tomorrow. There'd be no Supergirl. It started it all. And you have to wonder, with the next year's big collaboration coming up, could there be more shows ending? With new shows possibly on the horizon.
Or are they going to make one of the other shows carry the weight of the loss of Arrow? Like Flash.
Well, it makes you wonder how that's going to all work out, because Arrow's a big loss. You know, when they all get together, it's kind of like, you know, to me, he's the cool character.
Or are they going to replace it with Batgirl?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I think Batgirl's going to take over that spot. Batgirl, I think, is definitely going to be a darker show, like Arrow. And I think you need that. I think you need a darker show to fight against, you know, the campy Supergirl and the happy Flash.
You can't have a happy Batman because he's always brooding.
You're never going to have a Batman. You ain't getting Batman. Derek, will you please tell him he's not getting Batman?
We have Gotham, damn it.
Not for long. Your Gotham's going off the air. Thank freaking God.
You never even watched it.
Oh, I'm going to watch it. I just don't know when.
And then when you finally finish it, you're like, why did they stop it?
I highly doubt it. But you never know. It could be. All right, Tom.
All right.
Do you have any updates for the cons?
Yes, I do. Not a ton of news, guys, but like I said, each episode, if there is new news, I will bring it to you. And so, like we said, we cover the altered reality entertainment cons because we all have worked with altered reality entertainment. So yeah, a few updates. At the Empire State Comic-Con in Albany, New York, on April 12th to April 14th, they just added a few names. They added Sam Jones or Flash Gordon.
Nice.
Was that?
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I liked Sam Jones. Tracy Gold from Growing Pains. Jason Faunt from Power Rangers Time Force. He's the Red Ranger in that. You guys might know this guy. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Timac. He's in The Last Dragon, and he was in Beverly Hills 90210. It's one word. Timac or Timac.
Something to me.
I didn't recognize him. They also announced Travis Landry from Toy Hunter and Antiques Roadshow. and the five-time champion Booker T.
That's cool.
Yes, is going to be there.
Look at T. That's awesome.
So yeah, so those are the names updated for Empire, and like I said, it's April 12th to April 14th, guys. So stay tuned. There'll be more announcements coming. They'll be adding a bunch more names as we get closer and closer. So yeah. Then next, we have the Epic Comic-Con in Atlantic City, New Jersey, from June 21st to June 23rd. They added Mark Dodson, who worked on Star Wars and Gremlins. They added Monica Rial, a voice actress from Dragon Ball Z and My Hero Academia. And Steve Cardenas. He was the Red Ranger in Power Rangers Zeo. So that is the Empire State, the Epic Comic-Con in Atlantic City, New Jersey, June 21st to June 23rd. Then what's up?
Jesus. You fuzzy over there for a minute.
And then next we got Colorado Springs Comic-Con, August 23rd to August 25th. They just added voice actress Jamie Marchi from Fairy Tail and Dragon Ball Super, Lance Henriksen from Alien, Terminator, and Pumpkinhead, Lucy Pohl from Overwatch and Fantastic Beasts, and the man William Shatner from Star Trek, The Practice, and T.J. Hooker. So,
T.J. Hooker.
Yeah, T.J. Hooker. I haven't seen that in a long time. And then we have Rhode Island Comic-Con, November 1st to November 3rd. They added Lucy Pohl from the Overwatch and Red Dwarf, Marty Abrams. He's the CEO of Mego, and he's considered the father of action figures. They added Matt Ryan from Constantine and Legends of Tomorrow, and they added Daphne Zuniga from Spaceballs, One Tree Hill, and Melrose Place. I love Spaceballs.
Yeah, Spaceballs is a great movie.
Spaceballs is one of my favorite. And I haven't talked about it, but Alter Reality Entertainment also does some smaller cons. And they have one. The dates haven't been officially announced yet, but I know it's happening because I've talked to one of the vendors that is going to work it, and that is Comic-Con in Connecticut. It's Comic-Con with two N's at the end, like shortened for Connecticut, at Mohegan Sun. As I get the dates, and it's a smaller con. They usually don't they might have like voice actors or some regional celebrities, but it's not really for that. It's a great con if you're looking for some rare, hard to find comics or collectibles and pops and stuff. It's a really great con to go and find those things that you're looking for that you can't find at your local comic shop, or you don't necessarily want to buy on eBay or something. It's a great con to go to. I went last year. I picked a bunch of pops there. Yeah, it's so not a lot of celebrities, but if you're a geek and you're into cons, it's a really cool con at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. When I get the dates, and if there's anybody gonna be there, I will let you know. And they have one other this year, but they haven't officially announced it. It's only been teased. I only know about it because of again, talking to the vendor, and he does pretty all the ones in the Rhode Island, Mass, Connecticut area. So as I get more information on that, I will definitely let you guys know. And again, each week I will come back with any new news. So yeah, so that's our Comic-Con news for the week.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for Rhode Island, man. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's funny because like when we work those conventions, like Tom and I have talked, and man, you get beat down for the long weekend, you know, because you're running around. And when I mean beat down, I don't mean like in a bad way. I mean like you're just busy. You're seeing everything. You're meeting people. I mean, it's a really great time. And I suggest people come to the convention. Hell, volunteer. You know, it's a good time. You'll meet a lot of cool people. You meet a lot of cool volunteers. It's just a great time. If you don't volunteer, at least come. It's worth it.
When you say you get worn out, it's like just because you're spending a lot of like excited energy.
Yeah.
Because even when you're working it, like it's exciting. Like it's not like you're at work and you're like, oh Jesus.
It's like, oh my God, look who it is!
Right.
Someone's over.
I've got to meet so many cool people. Like I got to meet Meatloaf. You know, I was with the celebrity I was with. I was with a certain celebrity, and I'm standing there. Meatloaf comes walking over. He grabs a railing, and it's one of those temporary railings. And he leans on the railing. He turns to me and goes, "This effing thing is not very stable now, is it?" You know, that's a cool moment. You know, Meatloaf just told me that effing thing wasn't very stable. You know, that's freaking awesome. You know,
That's awesome.
you just give me a wink and kept walking.
You get to see them like as real people.
Yes.
It's just like a character or
Yep.
a face.
Yep. And I'm still amazed how nice these celebrities are. Like, you always get, you know, the occasional celebrity who's having a bad day or whatever, but you know, I couldn't count on one hand a bad celebrity. Like 99% of them have been great people, very nice people. No, we all have bad days. I don't care who you are, you're gonna have a bad day once in a while, but it doesn't matter. These people are the nicest people that I've come across. And I'm telling you, if you've never gone to a Comic-Con or if you're thinking about it, come to Rhode Island. It's a great show. But I'm done my rambling. I think it's time for some.
I found that quote real quick.
Oh, you did? All right. What you got?
It took me forever to find this quote because so many people have so many takes on it and what their feelings are, and what's crazy is these white men coming out and, you know, acting all bad about it, and it's just like, dude, you've been at the head of the table for thousands of years, and now a woman comes out and says something, and you want to boycott her movies and stuff because she wants to bring more people to the table. No,
They're always scared of women, actually.
It's ridiculous. So here's the quote as reported by Vanity Fair. Am I saying that I hate white dudes? No, I am not. What I'm saying is if you make a movie that is a love letter to a woman of color, there is an insanely low chance that a woman of color will have a chance to see your movie and review your movie. It really sucks that reviews matters, but reviews matters. We are expanding to make this film reflect the people who buy movie tickets. I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for him. So she essentially was saying that, and she's come out and tried to clarify her comments because so many people are taking offense to it. She was saying that the movie wasn't necessarily made for white dudes, and I can understand what she's saying because especially older white dudes, they feel entitled. They kind of feel like the world revolves around them. And she was just trying to make that this movie is starring a woman and it's not just for white men, you know, and
yeah, it's from what I've read, it's about a relationship with her and her co-fighter pilot, who's played by a black woman. And I think she was at one point, it wasn't about a sexual relationship. It's just about like who you love as a human being,
okay,
and as one of your best friends.
Yeah.
Well, so it's amazing in the 21st century, you still have guys who are idiots. We're all guys we're all idiots, but there's average guy idiots that we all are, and then there's idiots that are like, man, you give us all a bad name.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's ridiculous.
I totally agree, man. I mean, it's just like to boycott it because of what she said. Really, really.
We have a president who wants to build a $5 billion wall that we weren't supposed to pay for.
Yeah.
And we have old white dudes that are bitching about some woman who says she wants black women to see her movie.
Yeah.
Priorities, people.
Yeah.
Priorities.
We need some diversity, my man. Some diversity.
I can understand if she was putting down white people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but she didn't put down white people.
No, she was saying it just
it was just a general comment.
Yeah.
The way it was worded.
Yeah. It's like, you know, Jesus Christ, people, relax. It ain't that serious. If black people get even more pissed off by the things they've been saying, oh, wait a minute, yeah, we have, never mind. that was a bad joke. I thought it was funny, but most people probably didn't. I keep hitting my damn mic. All right, so thanks for the comment, Tom. That was awesome.
no problem.
I had to go on a little rant. It's always good to go on a little rant every now and then.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Mr. Derek, Mr. Anime Man, what do you have going on today? Radiant, I believe?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about a different one. This one is Radiant. It was actually written by a French guy. This one is not Japanese of origin. And again, this one's another one about wizards. But it's a little bit different because the wizards are hated because there are these creatures called Nemesis, and they're just like these giant demon things. And if they curse a person, they'll be able to like use magic eventually, but it comes at a price. And for whatever reason, everyone is just intimidated by the wizards. So like they shame them, they beat them up, they kill them, torture, all that other stuff. But when the nemesis comes, they beg for the wizard to come help them, or sorcerer. So this kid Seth, who's the main character, he's a teenager. He's learning how to use Fantasia, which is what they use their magic for. And they have these magical elements to help them control it. But he's different in the fact that he doesn't need that to control the Fantasia. So he's actually stronger than a lot of sorcerers, but he hasn't realized his full potential yet from where I am. Because I think I'm only on episode 17. I don't know how far ahead the manga is. But right now he's on Artemis, which is a sorcerer sanctuary where they can all learn magic and practice and feel safe from the Inquisitors who are hunting them. And there's just a lot of action and crazy stuff going on. And if you like crazy anime hairdos, his best friend Melly has some crazy big hairstyle going on.
Don't they all have crazy hairdos?
Her hairstyle is like twice the size of her body, and it's like poofy. Like it poofs out like a couple of feet and then drops, and it's curly. It's wacky.
Nice.
It's very different.
Yeah.
I like it though. And he's going to destroy Radiant, which is supposed to be the origin of all the Nemesis.
Now, was this originally a comic book? Or was it just a show?
I figured this like 90% of the anime is where they all just start as a manga, but
okay.
I'm not sure what the minimum requirement is of chapters that has to be written before it can be adapted into an anime. Because if you want to look at a bigger one and say like Naruto or One Piece, they have like
what was that? Naruto? I don't have a toe. What was that?
Or Naruto, as other people like to pronounce it.
Naruto.
The wrong way to pronounce it. Or like One Piece, each manga book is roughly 4 to 6 chapters, and those have like 80 volumes.
Wow.
Or more.
Yeah.
But if you look at like a smaller one that's like maybe a season or two, it might only be like 12 volumes. So maybe like 80 chapters.
This has popped into my head, and this is changing the subject to a certain degree. Now, you watch a lot of anime.
I do.
do you collect the DVD? Like you have the DVD movies, or do you just watch them? And you have a subscription to one of the anime apps, right?
Yeah, Funimation and
Funimation.
I don't have like we'll say TV on DVD kind of a thing. I don't have that, but I do have some of the anime movies like from the series. So like I do have the first Fairy Tail movie, which has nothing to do with the anime itself, or like it's nothing to do with the story. But I believe they do have it on Funimation, but I just wanted to buy it anyway so I could watch it on my own time or on the go. Like if I'm on a plane, I can watch it on the laptop.
Do you guys know how many of our listeners actually are deeply into anime, or like me that want to learn about it? Because when I was a kid, we had anime, but not like it is now. Like anime has just exploded. Like anime is one of the biggest things in the world now. It's huge. You can't go to Japan without seeing anime shops. Like it's just totally exploded. And I think it'll be cool at some point to do a giveaway where you're so knowledgeable about anime. At some point, maybe do a question and answer. Like you come up with a hard question about an anime, or challenge somebody to watch a show of anime, and maybe do a giveaway on anime to further anime explosion.
Like
Just a thought.
like hypothetically, if I was saying like for Fairy Tail, I could say name a guild that is not Fairy Tail,
Right.
or name X amount of guilds not
Right.
Fairy Tail or whatever.
Because like it is so huge now. I think we should promote anime and piss off old white people some more.
I should put some pictures. I should send Tom some pictures to put up on our
Oh,
Instagram.
I'm sure you want some
Twitter.
Tom some pictures.
Of like these really cool anime museums.
I think Tom said stop sending those nude pictures you keep sending them.
Yeah, no
And
more
try and
tentacle
edit art.
porn.
No more anime porn, please.
No more tentacle porn.
Yes. Those are for later.
You're like my ignorant friend, and say every time I mention anime, he's like, "Oh, anime porn, tentacle porn, one whatever."
Those are for our adult show. And for all you kids listening, porn is bad. Do not watch porn.
This got derailed really fast.
It sure did. And that is my fault. I apologize. And I totally get you off your side. I apologize. So go back to what you were saying about your show.
But so where I am, like he just had like his first big fight, and he's starting to realize more about the world and how sorcerers and inquisitors and regular people all interact with each other and the prejudices that go on. And like, so now it's like, where does he go from here? And who does he decide to fight for? And what does he decide to fight for?
So he must have heard a comment Brie Larson made then. Anybody? No? I thought it was funny. So you're 17 episodes in?
Yeah, that's all they have dubbed. I believe it's
Okay.
I believe it's simuldubbed. I could be wrong. I'll have to double check that at some point.
And what I want to know is, of our viewers, who watches anime and what do you watch? Let us know. And if you want Derek to do a review on something you might want to watch, let us know. You can find us on Twitter at Geek Perspective, or on Instagram at Geek Perspective. So hit us up. Let us know what you guys watch. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about.
And I will eventually make a Facebook page when I have free time.
And just want to talk, you know. So Tom, I hear you have a giveaway to discuss.
Yeah, so we are going to do our first of many giveaways. So I will show you first what we are giving away. And I have posted already on Instagram. And I'm going to go after the show. I will go and post the rules that I'm going to explain to you guys right now. But first, these are the 3 pops that are part of the giveaway. We have an Ultraman Barnes & Noble exclusive. Really cool pop. Man, these were really hard to come by. It's a Barnes & Noble exclusive. Each store, not each store, but the stores only got a total of 3, I think, that did get it, and you were limited to buying 2. And then if you know me, I'm big on condition of boxes. I like my stuff to be nice and clean and mint. So I drove hundreds of miles over the course of a weekend going to different stores picking these up. And I hooked a couple friends up with some, and I kept 3 for myself. Well, I'm putting 1 up as part of the giveaway. So the next pop is, and Roy has this pop.
Oh,
the Pennywise,
yes, I do.
black and white Pennywise Rhode Island Comic-Con exclusive. Really, we're all horror fans here, and yeah.
Well, most of
Yeah.
us, someone
I've
like,
seen
you
the
know,
original.
Yep. So we got this one, black and white Pennywise from last year's Rhode Island Comic-Con, and the last one is Notorious Big or Biggie Smalls or
B.I.G.
BIG, or this is from last year's New York Comic-Con. It's the Toy Tokyo exclusive. Really cool pop. And yeah, so the idea is if you win the giveaway, you will get to choose one of these 3, and I will ship it to you free of charge. Now, if you live internationally and you win the giveaway, I will cover up to the first $10 in postage. So anything over $10 you are responsible for, but you are more than welcome, international, national, to enter the giveaway. So the rules of the giveaway are that first, you must be following us on Instagram. So if you're not following us, make sure that you go over and follow us on Instagram. Then you must go over to YouTube at Geek Perspective and subscribe to our channel at Geek Perspective. Once you've done that, you must.
One moment, Tom.
Yeah.
How about if we have them leave a comment on our latest video also?
Okay, sure. Yeah, we
Just a thought.
yeah. So if you go over to our YouTube channel, Geek Perspective, and subscribe and leave a comment. I like that, Roy. So you go to Geek Perspective at YouTube, subscribe, leave a comment, and then once you've done those 2 things, head back over to Instagram, tag 1 friend. Now you can tag multiple friends, and the more friends you tag, the more entries you get. So yeah, so those are the rules. So again, go ahead, Roy.
No, I was going to say, we're not just going to pick a name out of the hat. We're using a legit site to help us randomly pick somebody.
Yeah.
So the more entries will make a difference. So you want to get as many entries as possible.
Yes.
We'll make a video of the drawing.
Yeah, well, the idea is actually we're going to do it live next week when we meet to discuss the following episode. We're going to do a quick video, and I may actually I picked up a mystery box, and I might do a quick unboxing at 2 of the mystery box, and when we call the winner. But like Roy said, yes, so the more people you tag, the more entries you get, and that will matter because we are using a random number generator. And so the more entries you have, the better chance you have of picking up one of these pops. So yeah, so tag at least 1 friend. So those rules, again, I'll go over one more time without interruptions. It is make sure you're following us on Instagram. Go over to YouTube at Geek Perspective, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, go back over to Instagram, tag at least 1 friend or multiples. And yes, you will be entered into our drawing, and the drawing will happen next Saturday. I will tell you the exact time. It's usually between 3 and 4 p.m. But as we get closer to Saturday, I will tell you an exact time that you can come, tune in, and we will pick the winner. So yeah, so please enter, guys. I mean, totally free. A free pop. And I picked these 3 because they are all somewhat in the same value range, like between 30 and 40. They're worth between $30 and $40. So I mean, not like a super grail or anything, guys. But I mean, for our first giveaway, I thought it was pretty good. And we're gonna be doing more giveaways. And so you pick one. These other two will be in giveaways later. We're gonna be announcing a Twitter giveaway once we get to 100 followers on Twitter.
Yes, follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, so head over to Twitter and give us a follow there too. So we'll be giving away more of these, and we're going to give away other stuff too. As we get bigger, as we get more subscribers, we'll be giving away stuff. And so, yeah, so check us out, guys.
Maybe we'll give away Derek to do a free consultation for anime. All right, that was awesome, Tom.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right, guys. Our last subject of the day is the Umbrella Academy review. And we've all seen the show, so I'm going to go over a few things, and feel free to jump in when you guys feel like you need to. And if you haven't heard of the Umbrella Academy, it was a comic book. It was created by Gerald Way, best known as lead singer of Chemical Romance. Great band, by the way, awesome band. And he was partnered up with Gabrielle Ba. I think that's how you say it, Ba or Bai. I don't know. But yeah, anyway. And Gabrielle is an artist and co-creator of Image Comics, of the series Casanova. If you've ever read comic books, Casanova, that's where he comes from. And Gerald Way, his inspiration was for the comic book was his love of Grendel Tales, which was a good comic book, and Doom Patrol. And actually, Doom Patrol has actually premiered on the DC Universe as of February 15th. So check it out if you have the DC Universe. You guys have the DC Universe?
I do not.
Yeah, I don't have it either. How about you, Tom? Do you have the DC Universe?
No.
No, yeah, me either. So if anyone has the DC Universe, on Instagram and Twitter, let us know what you think of it, because maybe one of us can subscribe to it at some point and check it out as a trial and see, well, that's what you guys think anyway. So, for people who don't know, I'm going to do a quick little overview of the main characters. Just give you an idea of what it's all about in case you do want to watch it later. The first cast character is Tom Hopper, actor. He plays number 1, a.k.a. Space Boy, and he plays Luther Hargreaves. He's a team leader. He has super strength, and his head was grafted on the body of a genetically engineered ape, essentially. So he's got this big, huge body and little head. Little head. Big body, little head. And he actually has a crush on his adopted sister. So I don't know about that. It's kind of crazy. Incest, but that's another story.
Is it really incest if you're not blood?
No,
story.
but she is black, so I don't know. That piss some people off. All right, and David Castaneda, I'm probably saying that wrong. He's number 2, and he's the Kraken, aka Diego Hargreaves. He is a super ruthless killer and skilled fighter. Awesome with throwing knives. Kind of like the Batman of the group, so people tell me anyway. I don't know if I'd go that far.
He does brute like him.
What's that, Tom?
I like, out of all of them, his character was I thought was kind of like the most badass-ish of you know what I mean? Like I'm not saying he was my favorite, but like what they were going for to be like a sort of a badass, that's what I felt.
That character made me like the show the quickest. Like, that character made me go, this might be a pretty cool show. Because he was kind of like a legit superhero type character to me. A guy with a small head and a big body was kind of like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But he was like, all right, that's pretty cool. But Emmy Raver Littman plays number 3, the Rumor, a.k.a. Allison Hargreaves. She's kind of cool in the respect that her power is by saying, I heard a rumor, she could mess you up physically and psychologically and all kind of stuff. She can make things happen, basically, by saying that. This girl is messed up psychologically. She is messed up. Totally messed up. And part of it is because her ex-husband has custody of their daughter, Claire, and she's pretty much on the whole series boo-hooing about not having a daughter and blah blah blah. She's also who's got a crush on her brother, number one.
Yep.
Whatever. The whole family's messed up.
Fudged up, all of them. Robert Sheehan, who plays number 4, the Seance, is Klaus Hargreaves. Drug addict, can levitate, and he talks to dead people. And a little fun fact, he actually died once and was rejected by heaven and hell. How much of a badass are you? You get rejected by heaven and hell. No one wants you.
That's
There's
all.
always purgatory, unless that's Earth.
Touche. Well, that's where he's heading. So he better not die. And Aidan Gallagher, who plays number 5, doesn't really have a name. They call him the Boy. He's a time traveler, and he's actually trapped in his 13-year-old body because he time traveled in the past. I won't get into it too much because it's part of the major part of the story. That character also, to me, was a cool character. I actually liked that character.
I did.
Yeah, I thought. Go ahead.
I thought the teenager, the kid that played him, I thought he was an
Yeah.
excellent actor. I thought he was an excellent actor. Like I always get like with younger people, especially if they're newer into the industry, they can be a little rough. Like David Mizzou on the earlier episodes or earlier seasons of Gotham and stuff. They end up growing into their bodies and growing into the roles and stuff. But at first it was awkward. But this kid, he was great. He was fantastic.
He really was. And what's this Gotham show you keep mentioning?
You got to check it out.
Well, you keep telling me. All right. Justin H. Min plays number 6, the Horror. What kind of name is the Horror? What a stupid name for a superhero. That's Ben Hargreaves. He can unleash monsters from under his skin. He actually died in an early mission. But he appears to Klaus and kind of helps him out occasionally, defeat villains and enemies. And his father actually built a memorial to him. And Ellen Page, who I love Ellen Page. Ellen Page is an awesome actress.
Cheers.
She was the reason why I initially decided I'm going to check it out because she's just a great actress. And if you've never seen her in anything, watch anything she's in. She's just a phenomenal actress. She plays number 7, and she turns into the white violin. Her name is Vanya Hargreaves. Cool name. I love the name Vanya. Such a cool name. As a child, she has, what's that?
She's the Russian baby.
Oh, she's the Russian.
Yes.
As a child, she had no superhuman powers, and she was always ignored by her family. They all hated her because she had no superpowers, which is kind of horrible. How are you going to hate someone for not having powers? That's horrible. So she spent her time playing the violin early in life. And she actually ends up joining an orchestra company and ends up becoming the white violin. You want to know how that all turns out? Check out the show. And Colin Fiore plays Sir Reginald Hargreaves, another great actor. And he adopts all the kids, billionaire, and he's the head and boss of the Umbrella Academy in a dink. So basically, the story goes in October 1st, 1989, which, by the way, October 1st, this guy's birthday. I impregnated all those kids. They're all my kids. 43 babies were in 43 women were impregnated, and some born with superhuman abilities. And the mothers didn't know they were even pregnant, had no idea they were pregnant, which is kind of weird. So Sir Reginald Hargreaves, rich dude, inventor, philanthropist, takes all the kids, adopts 7 of them, and raises them to be superheroes at the Umbrella Academy. And the Hargreaves, he's a douche. He's a dink. Like I said earlier, he's a dink. He's a taskmaster, mean ass. Basically, the family goes up to hate him. They hate him. They're a dysfunctional family, psychologically damaged, and they're just a messed up superhero family. So my take on the show, I saw that and I saw the picture of the heroes and I was like, eh. But when I saw Ellen Page and Deagle Hargreaves, that character, Kraken, that really made me like the show. It made me fall, like, I wouldn't say in love with the show, but I'm looking forward to season 2. And I didn't expect it. A buddy of mine watched it he couldn't get through the first episode, so it was horrible. So for some reason, that made me want to watch it more.
You just wanted to prove him wrong.
Yeah, well, that's what I do. That's how I roll. And but it's a good show. If you're into superhero type stuff, check it out. It's well done, well written. I'm even considering buying the comic books. You know, when we work the convention, I might actually look for some of the comic books and check them out because I thought it was pretty cool. What do you guys think? Anybody?
Go ahead, Derek. Like,
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
I'll say something after Derek.
Again, I don't read stuff, so I knew nothing about it until it was on Netflix. But it did surprise me. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, because again, I mean, like Dark Horse Comics, it is a big name still, but like they haven't made, like you don't see them in the cinema, like the movies or on TV for really anything. So probably just like cautious, like, oh, they're gonna try to jump in on this with DC and Marvel and try to start a universe. If they have a universe, I have no idea.
Not real. I'm a Dark Horse fan.
No,
They don't really.
They don't have a universe.
no, they don't.
No.
And I like Dark Horse comics. They're pretty good.
Yeah, Dark Horse is great. Dark Horse is great. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna be the unpopular one.
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was terrible at all. I mean, obviously, I watched the whole season in a day and a half, so it couldn't have been too bad. But for me, it was a little cheesy. You just like the character. One scene, I'm not going to give away anything by saying it. And you guys will remember this. I think it was the first episode when it's like the montage and it cuts to all of them in different parts of the house dancing.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know. I did
I
not.
thought that was cool.
And that wasn't the only cheesy part. I'm not going to get too much into it.
You are wrong.
I was
It was like a bonding, non-bonding moment because they weren't together, but they were all dancing.
Yes.
I was familiar with the comic somewhat because being a Dark Horse fan and at my local shop, the guy that sells to me does my pull list. He always pulls extra stuff of hot new comics that are coming out, stuff that's going to be turned into TV, stuff. So he had thrown some in my box, so I was semi familiar with it, but it was always in my read later pile. And now I'm going to go back and read them all, just to kind of see the differences and see if I liked it better. But yeah, I mean, these guys really liked it. I think younger people would really enjoy it, and don't go totally on mine. I have a very odd, eccentric likes and dislikes when it comes to comics and stuff. I've shown you guys before what I'm into. It's not anything that's standard or normal. I don't read Batman, Spider-Man. The only real superhero that I read is The Tick. So yeah,
You're ahead of me because I growing up, I read some comic books, but I have never been a huge comic book person. All my life, I've read comic books, but I was never really into comics. But I'm into the comic book shows. It's kind of weird. I've never been a comic person. I like comics.
Yeah.
And I had a friend who was collecting them like for years, and he got me into reading them again as an adult. And I'll buy a bit here or there. We actually have a big comic book store in Brockton, right across town. It's a huge store. Well, not huge, but it's pretty big. And they have a nice selection of different kinds of stuff. And I just, I'll buy a comic every now and then to read it. I'll buy more of the novels.
Okay.
And I'll buy them to read. I bought a couple of novels from Comic-Con actually, which I started reading. One of them was the Zombie Marvel Universe.
Oh yeah.
Of course. Yeah, I bought that, of course. But yeah, that's so when I heard about this, I was kind of like you, I thought this is for young people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was bored one night. I know what my buddy said, which I'm trying to get him on the show sometime. But it surprised me. I thought the story was done really well. Like I said about Tom Hopper, Luther Hargreaves, who's they grafted his head on a big body of an ape, and I'm like, well, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And I see pictures of the comic books, and it looks stupid. Honestly, it looks stupid to me. But
At least they
the
gave
stories
us
are
a
good.
reason.
Yeah, the stories are good though. The stories are really good, and that impressed me. And for that reason, I'll actually watch season 2. But I understand what Tom's saying about not caring for it. Any last comments, Derek?
The way that I watched it and understood it, I feel like season 2 might be the way I thought season 1 would play out. Because the way that I watched it and understood it was, it felt like to me it was just a lot of backstory, jumping around, origin kind of thing. But like, you see the 20 seconds of them all getting adopted, but then when you really start to show, they're like all in their 30s.
Right. Yeah, it bumps back and forth. It does do that. And some people don't like that. What about you, Tom? Any last comments?
Not on not I don't have anything more to say about about Umbrella.
Tom had lack of sleep, by the way.
I want to. That's what I do want to say. I do apologize, guys. If you've tuned in before, you know that I'm usually pretty high energy. I'm running on 45 minutes of sleep. I work second shift, and then I had to work early morning this morning, so that's why I'm low energy. And so I do apologize. I'm not normally like this. If you're a new viewer, old viewers know I'm pretty high energy, move around a lot. So my apologies, guys.
Well, I still think it was a good show. Tommy did great. Derek, you did great. And to end the show, I just want to let everyone know, subscribe. Subscribe to the Geek Perspective on Instagram. Subscribe to the Geek Perspective on YouTube. And subscribe on Twitter. And also, like our videos. Subscribe to our videos. Comment on our videos. We want to hear what you guys have to say. Chat with us on Instagram and Twitter, and hopefully soon Facebook. And let us know what you guys want to talk about. We'll talk about what you guys want to talk about. So let us know. So for Derek and Tom, you guys have a good night. And don't forget to tune in next week for our giveaway. So everyone, for Tom and Derek, Derek's going to have something to say all of a sudden.
Don't forget to fast forward 1 hour tonight.
Oh, yes. Moving clocks forward, people. We lose an hour of sleep. Yay. I lose less sleep. And the poor Tom is going to lose even more sleep. So for the boys, myself, everybody have a good night. And don't forget, tune in next week for the giveaway. It's going to be good. Bye-bye now.
Thanks, guys.